Let's go getters. It is day 4 of the Keep It 100 day challenge. Today is about finding the support that you need. Now, some people need support systems, accountability partners, and so forth. Sometimes you don't, but sometimes it's also fun to have somebody to check in along the way that will celebrate you and encourage you in the progress that you're making. Now, when we are thinking about who can be a support for us, make a list of those people who've been supportive of you in the past that you may still have a connection with. The reason why I say this is because sometimes the people who we want to be our support are not actually the people who will be our support. So we have to take honest inventory of those who have supported us along our journey and how they have supported us. Now, as you look at your goals and you think about who you want to support you, make a list of those people and specifically clarify how you want those people to support you. The next step is you have to ask them. Now, you might be surprised because someone might actually say no. Now, that might hurt your feelings a little bit, but it doesn't mean that you stop your goal. It means that you're actually open to receive who's going to support you in this way. And it might actually surprise you. Let me give you a couple examples of my life. So, back in the early 90s, I wanted to start working out and I wanted to get up at 6 o'clock, or rather, I wanted to be working out by 6 o'clock, which meant that I had to get up before that. And so a friend of mine, they worked out every morning and they said that they woke up at 5:30 in the morning and they would start working out by 5:45. So I turned to that person and I said, "Would you please call me before you start working out so that way I can get up at 5:45 and be working out by 6 o'clock?" I had them do that for a while until it became part of my ritual and routine to get up at 5:45. One time she called and I said, "I'm already working out." And she was like, "Oh, go ahead." At that point, I knew I didn't need her to call me anymore. So, your accountability partner may be someone who's only with you for a short amount of time, or it may be someone who's with you for a longer amount of time. For instance, many years later, it was probably about, I don't know, 2020, so not too far away. I wanted to start working out more regularly again. And I asked a friend of mine who I knew worked out a lot, and I said, "Can you be my accountability partner?" And they said no. And I was like, "Oh man, well, if you're not going to be my external motivation, courage, accountability, what am I going to do?" Because I kept trying to tap into it inside of myself. I'm very internally motivated, but I just couldn't seem to make it click. So I ended up sharing that story with someone else who I knew, and they said they needed an accountability partner for, guess what? The same thing. And so in that moment, it was like, "Well, you want to be my accountability partner?" And they said yes. And they asked me if I would be theirs. And I said yes. And we started this whole accountability journey and really have had the best time. And here we are 4 years later, and we're still holding each other accountable for working out. We send each other workout videos. We send each other videos of ourselves working out to motivate us to continue this journey. It's created a wonderful bond between us and a relationship in a new dynamic that we wouldn't have had. So be open to who you choose, or rather, who chooses to be your accountability partner. It may actually surprise you and it may create a relationship that you weren't expecting to have. All right, go getters, let's go get that support that we need and let's knock out these goals.